Welcome to our new series that we're calling ACDA Insights. We'll spend about 10 minutes featuring one of our members. My name is Carol Erb. I'm with JTM Food Group, and I'm thrilled to be speaking today with Deborah Cameron, who's currently serving as ACDA's president. As a reminder, the American Commodity Distribution Association, which is known as ACDA or ACDA, is a nonprofit volunteer organization. Our mission is to strengthen the impact of domestic USDA foods programs and our vision, working together to nourish the nation. Deborah, I have known you for so long, and I so appreciate your time today. I'd like to begin, though, our discussion learning a little bit more about what you do in your day job. What do you do for the state of Colorado?
So I tell people that I oversee the USDA foods for schools in Colorado. And then I get a lot of nods like they know what I'm talking about. So basically, we deliver direct delivery USDA foods products to school using our state-run warehouse that we opened 2 years ago. And then we also administer, so administer meaning that we oversee, we order, we make sure that everything is used in the DoD Fresh program as well as the processing USDA foods program. So I have a staff now, which is really nice, that I'm teaching people different parts of the program. So when it comes to processing, all of the processors send us monthly performance reports. We look them over, but we also make sure our schools use all of the processing pounds throughout the year. And I work in the food distribution programs for the Colorado Department of Human Services, and those programs also oversee the household programs for USDA foods as well. And then our program administers some of the grants that are going on right now.
Wow. You said a lot in a short period of time there, Deborah. How did you become involved then in ACDA?
Well, it was a great story. I started in ACDA when I attended the conference in Denver, Colorado. I think that was in like 2016. And I met so many people that I was starting to know in my job through emails and through phone calls. And immediately I wanted to help with the association. And so I started volunteering in the communications committee. I was asked on a work group in the education committee when it came to certification and credentialing. And I just got to know all of the people that were doing all of the work. And then I think it was 2021, I ran for state agency representative, and I did that role for a year. And then I ran for vice president and became vice president. I've been vice president for 2 years. And then this year I became president. So that's kind of a really quick journey. But going to all of the conferences, I was able to be on the conference planning committee for a bit. So I just feel like I've been fortunate to be on a lot of committees and see a lot of the roles and what people are doing throughout the association.
Wow. You've done a lot in a very short period of time. That's pretty impressive. Was there something about the mission and the vision of the organization that really resonated with you?
Yes, I have always had a passion to connect people with food. And after getting this job, I've seen that this association is really the connection of USDA foods program with all of the stakeholders, including the USDA. So we all are there doing our jobs to get food from the farms to the producers to the end user. And ACDA comes alongside all of the stakeholders to connect people together, as well as connecting all of the stakeholders to the USDA. And I just think it's a great place that we can all do that together and help work together to nourish the nation.
Wow. You spent an entire week recently, at the end of January, in Washington, D.C., and you're talking about all these different stakeholder groups. And there were stakeholder individuals from all the groups meeting at the ACTA board and then the processing committee meeting. What did you learn from those events?
Well, I learned everything that we were doing. When we go to the board meeting, we oversee all of the works that the committees are doing throughout the year. And when we're in person, it allows us to review our strategic plan as well as talk through all of the decisions that need to be made. We also met with the USDA, and we met with Melissa Abavel, who is the new Associate Administrator for SNAS. And we shared the impact of USDA foods programs at all levels at the because our board, we have industry, we have schools, we have households and states and associates and allied people. So we were all able to share with the USDA how USDA foods impacts basically America. So we did that. And then on Wednesday, we had a work group with the education committee, and we got to see all of the work they've been doing on the certification and credentialing. And then when we went to the processing meeting, we met a whole bunch of other stakeholders that work in processing. So that's really a neat time where we get together, and you and Brian put all that together. So thank you for doing that. And it's just really neat to see all of the innovations going into all of the USDA foods programs and how all of the little tiny pieces can all fit together.
Mm-hmm. You've referenced the fact that I'm co-chair right now, serving ACTA members on the processing committee, along with Brian Davis from the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce. And I appreciate that call out because it is just such important work, I feel. You've talked about so many different committees here. Is there any that you've left out? I mean, all of our members can get involved in the various committees and the work they're doing. So do you want to expand on maybe some work of the other committees?
Sure. We have the Public Policy Committee, so their job is very important because with the administration, leaving and coming back in, we have to tell all of our legislators, how important our USDA foods programs are. And they really are the key to that. They have the pulse on everything that's going on, and they advise the board on what we need to do to take action to advocate for USDA foods. I spoke a little on the Education Committee. They do a lot of webinars as well as the certification and credentialing. So there's a lot of work going on there. Our Communications Committee is really about communicating out to ACTA, and we're working on rebranding right now with that committee. So we will have a new ACTA brand coming out at the conference. So that's exciting. And then processing, of course. Then we have the membership committee, and they're all about how to retain the members, how to put them into action, and also how to find new members that may not know about ACTA. And then last but not least, we also have the conference planning committee. And that committee works all year long to put our conference together. So they're working on sessions, they're working on the general sessions, just everything that happens behind the scenes. They're the ones who put all that together. So there's a lot of different work going on all over the country with ACTA. Anyone who wants to volunteer, there is a place for that person. And really getting into the committees and volunteering your time and work is where to start. And if you want to move up at all, ever become part of the board, anyone can do it. And being on the executive board is just another part of that process, but anyone can do it who is willing and able to volunteer with the association.
Mm-hmm. I feel like two of the greatest things that ACTA offers its members is the opportunity to learn more about working with USDA foods, and then, of course, networking opportunities. And you mentioned the conference. Our annual national conference is coming up quickly here, April the 13th through the 16th in New Orleans. Is there anything in particular that you're really looking forward to the most in this upcoming conference?
Yes, our conference is very special because it just brings us all together. And I can't even pick a certain part of the conference I'm looking forward to. I am looking forward to the whole conference. So I'm going to come in early and make sure that I'm there for the pre-conference sessions. That brings in everybody that's brand new, that needs to learn about the program. And those sessions are really important to them, as well as the first timer session, so that you can start connecting with people before everybody comes in, beginning the week. And I just look forward to every session I can get to. There's never enough time, to get to all of the sessions. We kind of break out our people that we bring so that we can hit as many sessions as we can. And then we start talking to people as we go through the halls. How was that session? What did you learn from this one? And everybody gets talking about, oh, I didn't know this, or, this is a new innovation that these people are doing. And did you see that? So just, it's really important to get together. We've been on video calls throughout the entire year. We get to see everybody every now and then, but just being able to connect with them and be like, oh, you're that person I talk to on video all the time. The other thing is just getting recharged, so that we all know that we're doing this work together, and that we have this community of people that we can talk to throughout the year because we met them at that conference. So,
Well, Deborah, you have shared a lot in a short time, and I so appreciate it. Are there any final thoughts that you want to share with our members?
well, I just want to thank everyone who is part of our association. All of your jobs are very important when it comes to USDA Foods programs. And I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody at the conference. So make sure to register and get your travel ready, because it's coming up fast.
That's right. We'll see you in New Orleans. Well, to learn more about ACDA, please visit our website at www.commodityfoods.org or contact us at info@commodityfoods.org. Thank you so much, Deborah, for your time today. And of course, thanks to all of our members. And we look forward to our next session of ACDA Insights. Take care, everyone.
Thanks, Carol.